Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel, guys. I really want to say that I appreciate the love and the support. Thank you guys so much for joining me for part 2 of how I dealt with being molested. If you are new here, welcome to the community, welcome to the family. Ensure you hit the subscribe button. Turn on your notification bell so that you don't miss a beat. And if you are returning, I'm so happy, guys, that you are here. The support has been really overwhelming, and I just want to put that out there before I get into the video. All right, if you have not watched part 1 of my video, it is in the description box below. So I recommend that you go ahead and watch part 1 of this video. So guys, let's get into it. All right. Whew. Boy. Y'all know, y'all know. But anyway, I'm going to complete my story. All right. Where did I actually left off? All right. So I know the drill already. Me run away stuff. So anyway, my mom came for me, and she decided that I'm going to live with her based on the fact that, a lot of stuff was happening and it wasn't working out for me there. All right. So my mom came for me, so and I left that place. I left that area where I was. Nothing got dealt with really because I didn't tell her what was happening at that time. All right. So it wasn't until probably 2 years after or 3 years after or something like that where I actually was molested again, guys. So really and truly, no, the first issue was not dealt with yet, but here I am a second time being molested again. So may I say, second time now in a row. Now, after that instance, now that I'm looking back at it, I could say that I experienced a lot of behavior change. At this point in time, I not tell nobody, like my mother don't know, nobody don't know nothing, right? But looking at it, I experienced a lot of behavior change. It wasn't until probably I was about 16 or 15 thereabout, I actually confessed it to my mother and told her everything that was happening. I think it was something that was happening with me, and then I just broke down and I told her at that time. She asked if I wanted to get anything done about it. Me fearing the embarrassment of what had actually happened, I actually said no. Okay? No, I'll just deal with this on my own, yeah. Anyway, what actually happened after that? So this led to me feeling like I was not enough. When I was growing up and going to school, I didn't participate in much activities because I just felt like I was not good at anything at all. I felt the need to be loved at all times. Love in a sense where, I felt the need to be surrounded by a significant other, more so a male than, my family. So I started having relationships from a young age. From I was about 14, I actually started dating guys that were way much older than me. Trust me, these men out here, sis, But anyway, I started dating men that were older than me. I not even know if we should call that dating, cause I don't even I don't even know what that is. But anyway, men that were older than me, that's where my struggle with masturbation started. At that early age, I began to watch a lot of, I wouldn't say a lot, but I view highly sexual content. I was into that. I felt the need, I felt like I had to be a grown-up. And I didn't get to experience a lot of teenage things. There was a lot of battles in my mind. I was constantly I tried to push it at the back of my mind, but I was constantly plagued with the fact that, it happened and nothing will ever come out of this or whatever. But at this time, I got baptized when I was 14. And y'all know why I didn't, but the reason why I actually got baptized, okay? But nothing transacted, like nothing changed. Everything about me was still the same. So it wasn't until I was about, I'd say 19 years old when I actually began to take my walk with Christ seriously. I actually read his word and wasn't going to church because of my parents or my family because they were going. I went because this was something that I personally wanted to do when I was actually healed. No, two things can happen when you are molested. Either you draw away from males or you become, I wouldn't say more attached, I'd say more dependent on them. And for me, it was the latter. So it wasn't a case where I thought that males were terrible and their dogs and all of that jazz. It was more like I had to be where they were. I had to be dependent on them. I had to be in an intimate relationship, excluding of sex. When I say intimate. Anyway, I had to be in a relationship with somebody because I felt needed. I felt wanted. I felt like I was loved, and that was okay. That was comfortable for me. So it wasn't until when I was 19 now, I actually gave my life to Christ totally and fully, and I started walking in his ways where the healing actually transacted. So the first thing that I did was I confessed with my mouth. Like I just tell God, say, listen man, this is going on and it has been something that I've carried and that me need healing, and he helps me along the way to actually get over this. No, there came the part of forgiveness for the persons that actually did this to me. That the part that did kind of difficult because I, at that point, when I was going to, I didn't see the reason or I need to actually forgive them. But what I found out is the more I carried them and what they did in my heart, the more uncomfortable my life was, the more sad and depressed and heartbroken I felt about everything. So forgiveness more so for me rather than them. So I had to learn to forgive. I had to learn to heal. I had to learn to forgive. I had to know what true love actually looks like from a Christian perspective, from God's perspective. So that was the next thing that I did. I actually sought after finding out what love is so that my need or the dependency that I have as it relates to depending on being in a relationship didn't became priority. And I must tell you that took a long time. It wasn't until last year. I'm 27 now, and it wasn't until last year, yes, where I went through a difficult breakup with somebody that I was with, that I actually understood my need and my dependency for God. So that part of my life was not completed until last year, like, because I kept getting in relationships and I'd actually lose myself because I felt like this is what I needed to do. I need to put these people first and all of that jazz and stuff like that. But I was actually doing it the wrong way. So I was putting them first instead of God first. And that actually changed in last year. So firstly, I needed to heal. I needed to forgive. I needed to know what love actually looked like from God's perspective, and I needed to change my dependency on man to actually God. So for me, being molested was an onset of a lot of these things. Oh yes, and masturbation. Yes, I am delivered, thank God, from masturbation. But anyway, what I'm trying to say is that what you find is a lot of persons, especially in our culture, in our country, we actually go through a lot of these things. It's like every other female that you meet on the street or anywhere, they can attest to the fact that they've been molested once or twice or even continuously. Some of them still be molested, and it's very sad for our society. It's very sad for our country to know that everywhere you go, this is actually what is happening. So I just wanted to share my story and to let you all know that I am a survivor, and God has given me the spirit of boldness so that I can talk to other young women that have been molested, and they're struggling with forgiveness, and they're struggling with whatever other spirit that was attached to them at that point in time, and just restoring those foundations, because those foundations, if they're not restored properly, they can lead to a lot of other things. But I'm just here tonight to tell you that God still saves, and the part in the Bible that tells you that all things work together for good for those who love the Lord and those who are called to his purpose. At that time, I could not possibly see what glory God would get from this. But when I look on the fact that I am relatable, when I look on the fact that I am still here, when I look on the fact that he took me from committing suicide, from taking my own life, when I look on the fact that I am able now to tell you this story and to tell you that if it wasn't for God, then I probably would have been mad. If it wasn't for him, if it wasn't for his constant guiding and teaching, I wouldn't be here today to just tell you this story, And sometimes we go through situations and experiences. It's not necessarily for us, but it is for other persons to know that God still saves, and it doesn't matter where you're coming from, what background you're coming from, what actually happened to you. God is still able to change a story, to change a mess, turn it in our message, and then put it in a mountain of grace. So guys, that's actually part 2 of my story on how I was molested, how I overcame being molested, and just my life in general. So so guys, again, if you are new here, welcome. If you are returning, welcome. Ensure that you hit the subscribe button. Ensure you share this video. Ensure that you give this video a thumbs up. Turn on your notification bell so that you don't miss the video when I post. On that note, guys, I want to invite you to As I Am Ministries' first global conference. Traverse. In the description box, you will see the link to As I Am Ministries page, and you can definitely go there to get more information. But I'm hoping to see you there. I know that you will book the date on your calendar. I know that this won't miss you. I'll be hosting on Saturday. I'll be hosting on Saturday. It's a 2-day event, guys. It's Saturday and Sunday. So it's on the 17th and it's on the 18th. Your girl will be hosting on Saturday, and Nicholas Gordon will be hosting on Sunday. We have topics ranging from mental health, trauma, suicide, all the things that we affect with, all the things that just stress we out as young people. You got to be there. You have got to be there. This can't miss you. Put on your nice dress, put on your nice frock, because this is where you need to be. Anyways, guys, until next time, it's your girl Jer. Thank you for jamming with me. Thank you for journeying with me. Until next Monday, have a good night, guys.